Hello, hello. I totally forgot to put on a new placeholder. So I'll give everybody a couple minutes to find me, and they'll be here very shortly. And this is a hint of what's going to happen today. We have a brand new Christmas block of the week. And last year, our holiday block of the week was really a hit. And so I can't wait to start this one. There's Sonia. She found us. Yay. And this year, our block of the week was designed by Diana Bicknell, one of our new members. And it is so cute. You are going to love it. So hello, Sonia is our very first person here. And yeah, look down and Mark said, you don't have a new show listed. Oops, quickly grab a placeholder for the new show. So anyway, I am here. Diana found it. Yay. And wait till you see all the goodies I have to show you today. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll give you instructions on what you need to gather. And so you'll be ready. And I think you'll like it. I really do. So, and thank you to Miss Diana. She is a designer, amazing designer. Thank you, hon. And so it's going to be tons of fun. All righty. So hopefully, the time changed. Between that and me forgetting a placeholder, oops. So, okay. And let me check while we're waiting for people to come in. Let me check really quick and see if I got a response from either Diana or Jody. I had asked them a question. I'm not sure I got one. Let me check. So, yay! Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else? Let's see. I want to make sure that we're there. All right. So I've had a good week and a tricky week, and I'll explain that to you. Let me go ahead and minimize the email. All right. Let's see. We only have 4 people here. Do you think some people maybe did oversleep? Or they're still thinking they would think they missed it? Or they wouldn't show up till 4? I forget how that works. That's real tricky for a dev brain. So let me grab these. Things real quickly. I'm so excited. I'll give you a little hint. Yay! Yay! And so we're going to start a brand new block of the week. And I'm just so excited. And Diana has done an amazing, amazing job. Okay, I'm making sure. Yep, I tried to keep them in order. So this is just so much fun. And then I've got to remember, I numbered them as to which one we do which week. Whoa. Oh, this is the same outfit. Okay. And it's for this one. So, okay. Well, let me start back, because we can't keep you waiting too long. Let me start back to Thursday. Polly Thompson, our member here, Polly and I decided that we would go to the Pineapple Fabric Sale. And like twice a year, they have a great big sale. And I was excited. I haven't been to the sale in 3 years. It is hard to believe that much time has passed. And, whoops, I might have gotten a little, oh, here, I think this goes with this one. Okay, so, and I'll put this one here. But anyway, so I haven't been for 3 years. And I thought, well, I've been kind of going out to these band competitions. I'll be ready for it. Well, turns out I wasn't. I went to the sale. There were so many people. The lights were so bright. There was so much fabric. There were so many people all around. I tried wearing a mask because I was just worried about being in that big of a group. And I got flushed and overheated. I saw people I hadn't seen for 7 years. And you know what? I have lost the ability to chit-chat with people in person. I was never that good at it. I surprised Polly by telling her I'm really an introvert. And she's like, I wouldn't have expected it. And the thing is, I've taken those really good personality tests, and I'm more introverted than extroverted, but I'm close to the middle. And what that means is if you're an introvert, then being around people and chit-chatting with people and meeting people on the spur wears you out. And for me, it makes me nervous. And so, hello, Barbara Smith. And so I ended up getting all flushed. It's a holdover from menopause. So if I get too nervous, I get real flushed and I get sweaty. And it's not perspiring, it's sweaty. And I got so hot in there and I was uncomfortable. And I thought, why did I come? And I shouldn't be here. And it surprised me. And poor Polly, I was like on the way home talking a mile a minute because of that stress, that fight or flight kind of stress. And then on top of all of that, we had to park a quarter of a mile away, uphill. Luckily I wasn't barefoot. But so I ended up kind of having a panic attack in there. And I wrote her an email later and said, I'm so sorry. We were supposed to go out to lunch afterwards, but I just wanted to go back home. And I told Mark, it was like, I want to come home and I want to come home and be with Mark and my dogs. And what was I thinking I could go out in public? So I wrote her an email and said, I'm so sorry. And she was so sweet because she's not a big talkative type of person. And when I get nervous, oh my gosh, watch out. Hi, Kathy Klein. So I told her I was going to tell y'all about this because I feel like if it happens to me, maybe it might happen to some of you. So it was kind of surprising. I mean, y'all see me come on here and think, oh, she's so good at all this. One of the reasons I like the YouTube channel is that I am remote. I'm here in my own home, in my own environment, and I decide what I want to bring to the show, and I can be all friendly, but people aren't all around me. I'll give you an example. When I would we would have our meetings, our guild meetings, because for 9 years, I was the local guild leader. But even back in Maryland, I ran a garden club and I ran a guild. Well, you would think that this would come easy to me, and it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's exhausting. But here, when I do it remotely, it's really pretty easy. And I was going to give you an example, and I think it zoomed out of my head. If I think of it again, I'll let you know. And that's another thing when I get to. But last night, I've got good news. Last night was Evan's last band competition, and his Oak Grove high school here. They got second place and just about everything, and first place in something too. So many things I couldn't quite remember, but second place band in their division. I was so proud of them. They were missing about 12 musicians because of the flu hit that band like a hammer. My daughter was supposed to come Thursday evening, but then my daughter who lives here, Becky, said, Katie, don't come. I've got the flu. Luckily, she had just taken her two kids to the doctor, so she called and got Tamiflu for herself. And luckily, between Tamiflu and her flu vaccination, which she got a couple weeks ago, she said I was only sick for 24 hours. Now, my goodness. So she was there last night, but she's so sweet. She wore a mask. She said, Mama, with your asthma, I do not want you. Hold on. We've got, we've got a spammer, and we don't need a spammer. So, spammer, go away. Good. I think I got them all off. So anyway, but we had a good time. We got there about 6:30 to 7, and then we didn't leave the parking lot until after 10 o'clock. So it was a late night, but it was fun. The weather was amazing, and they did so good. And our grandson, who was so sick last weekend, he had 103 fever. He had a fever for about 4 days. It was a tough flu bug. So please do me a favor. If you haven't had your flu shot, please consider getting it. They said the flu has come early, and we've lost older people, and we've even lost children so far. So, and that's in here in North Carolina. So you still have time to run out real fast and get that free flu shot. All right, everybody. So I have my indigo quilt finished. The mini quilt, I'm going to show you that. Then the last time that we had a Art Quilt Thursday, I was showing, or was it last Sunday? I showed how to take one of these little glass globes that I got from In Beads, and I turned it into a magic ball with, actually, I don't know if I can get it to do, but it's got a glow-in-the-dark paint in it and glitter. And then I found a piece of the Harry Lauder walking stick and put that in her hand. And I'm going to put something on it. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, now let me see. I'm going to see if I can get it charged up. I wish I had thought to charge it in the sunlight, because boy, sunlight works so great. I'm going to tell you, remember last week I made the, let me see if it charged up any. Barely a little bit. See it? Just a little. But anyway, so that, she's done. I just need to make a stand for her, but she's done. So, here's Debbie. Not yet. I've saved those. I have saved those for you. So, but let me turn the light back on. But anyway, so she is, for all purposes, intents and purposes, done. And I love her. She's just a cute little thing. Oh, and for some of you who might not have seen last week's show, here are the wings that I made for her. And I made them out of sheets of Angelina fibers that I pressed together using a heat-proof pressing mat. And then I put a little bit of, what do you call it? Tulle, a fine tulle on one side of it. And so it's got some glisten to it. I don't know if you can quite tell. Then I hand sewed a wire around the edge so I could pose it. And I think it's quite special. She's been laying down, so let me bring them out just a little bit. But now I'm going to see if I can get Mark to make a stand for her, because she's supposed to be kind of flying. So she is done. I have another gown that I'm going to make this week, and so I'm going to get busy with that. So anyway, I just wanted to tell everyone about my little panic attack at Pineapple Fabrics. And Polly is so kind. She was so patient with me. And she said, let's go back when there's not a sale. And it's like, that sounds good to me. But it's so funny. Because of having cancer and then having my surgery, I really protected myself and stayed home. And now I've lost those skills to go out in crowds and people and, but it's one thing to go to band competitions where you sit outside in the stands and nobody talks to you and everybody leaves you alone. So, thank you, Barbara Smith. You're so sweet. And hang around, because if you've been wondering what quilts were at the Houston International Quilt Show this year, Miss Debbie Holt went for us and sent us some pictures, and one of them is the best in show. So wait till you see it. It is so good, and it has a message. I love that part the best. Hello, Alberta. So good to see you. How did you do? Did you have any problems from the recent hurricane, hon? I tell you, that really worried me. I was worried how people were. So it is so good to see you, Alberta. So, well, thank you. Thank you very much. She started out with a pretty ugly face, and it's not that much better, but it's a little bit better. But I just love her. And these are polymer clay legs that I put in. And I had such fun going through all my, junk drawers of craft things and finding things to put on her. So I love that. All right. So we're going to talk about our new block of the week. And don't forget, if you can keep up with a block of the week, then before Christmas, you'll have a new quilt. And this one was designed by our Diana Bicknell right here. So I'm so excited. All right. Well, you know that I am getting ready to go to a retreat in almost 2 weeks. And I am going to take some indigo charm packs that I made. This is the most recent dyeing that I did. And so I'm going to take them to sell. So I thought, if people don't know, well, what do you do with indigo? I designed a little mini quilt that I would take. And that way they could see, that's what it would look like, So here is the block pattern that I made, because I wanted something where I could use a lot of the different samples. And here is, I just went on EQ8 and made a pattern. And now it's not finished. It's going to have a white border and then some more of this pretend indigo binding. Okay, let me show you. Let's see if you can see it, but it's all put together. Then I gave it a really good starch. Anytime you're working with a very tiny, so good, Alberta. But anyway, I think this highlights a lot of the different designs and textures of the indigo fabric I designed. But I wanted to show you, I starched this, and I wish I had starched it before sewing it. Because when you do a small quilt like this, there are so many seam allowances to deal with. But I think once this has a white border, and the white border is probably going to be 1.5 inches at the most, and then the nice dark binding, it'll be similar to how I finished off Mark's quilt upstairs. So I am in love with indigo. It is so magical. And I love the creating. I love The process, it's magic. It comes out of the dye water green and you watch it develop. And depending on how you fold it, what you do to it, you get so many different designs. This was from batiking, the wax I put on it. This is also wax stamped. This is from grabbing it up around a marble. This is from shearing it onto a PVC pipe. So I love it. And so I've got at least 15 of these to go up to the retreat. And hopefully somebody might like them. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just trying to cover my cost so I can do it again. Speaking of doing it again, my Katie's going to come up late next weekend. And I asked her, would you like to do indigo dyeing? And she said, yes. So one of the things I did this week is I went online and ordered from Walmart plenty of clothespins because I love, let me see if I can find the fabric that clothespins makes. It's kind of hard and I don't want to open these up, but it makes a nice design all the way along. So I got 100 clothespins and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun. So in fact, I wanted to tell Polly as she comes on, I bought a bolt of 10 yards of white fabric and what's it called? Scoured it, which means you wash it in hot water with detergent, no fabric softener or dryer sheets or anything. But I am going to take and do all of my different folds and different things like that. So when Katie comes up here, she's going to get to see. And who knows, I'll use at least 5 of that 10 yards. And I love it. So I have to sell it so I can keep doing it. Otherwise, Mark might say, how much are you spending? And I'm not going to make another king-size quilt as much as I love the one I made for him. While I was at Walmart, I bought 2 bottles of acrylic paint, $2.50 and $2.67, something like that. Because I've been doing so much crafting, I've been running out of paint. Now, I also put in an order from Amazon, and I've got an 8-piece set of those bottles, 8 of them for $14.99. That's not bad. So anyway, but when my order comes in from Amazon, I'll show you what I got for that. All right, I want to thank Miss Polly. She went out and tried to look for some little flowers or seed pods so that I can grow some of these. By the stem, even though the flower is a lavender, it has a square stem. I think that's an obedient plant, but I will check on that. You know what? I need to ask my daughter, Katie, the one that's coming down next weekend, because she's so smart with those plants. All righty. So, see this quilt on the wall? A couple of weeks ago, let me zoom in on it so you can see it good. Oops, hold on. There it is. See that lovely quilt? Someone asked me about it. Someone asked me about that quilt. Well, you won't believe this, but I found the link to it. I was looking for other things and stumbled upon it. See it there? Isn't that cool? So let me quickly give you the link to this. So, and because I'm pretty sure it was a free pattern. So, and that's my price. You know me. All right, let's see. Let me copy this link. It's called a snowflake quilt. And it was a quilt along. And I'm going to, let me paste it over here. Because anytime I can give you a free, a way to get something free, I'm going to do it. That's a lot of fun. So that is a lovely quilt on the wall. And I'm so so tickled I happened to find it. All right. So then we have some photos from Houston. Debbie Holt sent us. I showed you my mini indigo quilt with charm packs. I'm a little tired from last night's band competition. So the breeze got me and gave me a headache, but I tried to sleep it off pretty good. I'm going to show you the things got from Pineapple Fabrics. I already showed you my fairy doll. Wait till I show you the new Christmas block of the week pattern. And as I said, I told Mark I would love to do a live broadcast from outside where we're dyeing the indigo. He's not sure we can do it, but who knows? So we'll see next week what we can do. All right, we'll have to practice it ahead of time. All righty. Just wanted to remind you that Mancuso is having a learn at home, a remote learning, which I love. It's so inexpensive. You don't have to travel to a quilt show. You don't have to stay in a hotel. And you can stay at home and shop your stash and everything. But it is January 25th through 28th. And if you go to www.quiltfest.com, look in their upcoming shows and events, and then find the virtual schoolhouse. And please sign up for that. It's a very good thing if you can afford to take a class. Hi, Mitty. One thing I'm so proud of Polly, she was telling me about taking her classes. And that is such a wonderful way. And the benefit of having the leftover benefit of the pandemic was we learned to do things online. And it has really improved our lives. So, and as you can tell, I've been working on cleaning my room. Yay, Deb. If you ever let it start to get messy, it gets worse. So, I want to get it back to perfectly clean and keep it that way. But it's so hard because you'll get busy on a project and it's like, I want to clean it up. But then Mark's like, dinner's ready. And then it's like, once that happens, what a mess. All righty. So, all right, I've told you all of that stuff. Now, let me, okay, I'll let you decide. Do you want to see the things I got from Pineapple Fabrics? Or would you rather go right into our block of the week that we're going to do? So you get to vote. Shout out to me whether you want to see all the details about our block of the week that new, or do you want to see what I bought from Pineapple Fabrics? You decide. I can do either one. Pineapple, Alberta. We got Alberta. Oh, here we go. Mitty says pineapple. That's good job. Good choice. I have to be honest. The bag is heavy. It's really heavy. And boy, do we love Pineapple Fabrics and Keepsake Fabrics, our sister companies. And we found out that Pineapple Fabrics has paved their parking lot, has legitimate parking spaces, and has their shop open every Tuesday through Saturday. So I'll be going over there a lot more. Now, the one thing that's really good about their sale is during a sale, they will have their fabric by the pound. They will have everything in the shop 20% off what it's already priced at. So if it's a sale, you still get 20% off that. So anyway, and I did really good, ladies. I tried to keep it to a dull roar, which, can be hard for me, although not anymore, I tell you. Once I realized something happens to me and these quilts aren't finished, whoops. So I am determined to catch up with my UFOs. All right, let's see. I've got all kinds of things. Okay. I'll first show you, and also, thank y'all are so cute. Thank you for voting. I have, when we do show and tell, Polly took a picture of all the things she bought, so you'll be able to see what she got too. So, all right. The one thing I love is about 4 years ago, Dottie over at Pineapple Fabrics gave me a bunch of these. These are the end pieces of the fabric when they cut for the kits and the pre-cuts. And it's got the selvage. I love these. And she gave me a bunch of these, and I mailed them out to some of y'all. And I used them to make, hold on, let me get this for you. I think my closest one is right here. And I made a couple of these rope baskets, okay? And I think we're going to be doing another one of those pretty soon. But I made this and just didn't have a pattern. You just kind of use your noggin. And but was there something in there? Oh, there's a little piece of leftover. That's neat. So anyway, but I love getting these for rope containers. I may make a rope tote. So I'm going to figure it out. And this one is Editor Sitar fabric, and I love it. It's in the blues and the browns, blues and tans. I love it. These, and it's very thick. This is a big hank of this. These were $3.99 each. That is a good buy. So I love these. Now, and actually, I think they were less once. Yeah, they took 20% off that. So they were, what, $3.29 then? Something like that. Took about 80 cents off. So I love these. Then I found some good landscape fabric because I've been doing so many landscapes with you guys that I'm running low. And then, where is it? Miss Polly, it was so cute. She was in line. The lines were so long. But everybody at the shop was so kind to us. And isn't that cute? And thank you. Oh, yeah, I do love that. And if I were younger, I would learn how to throw pots, clay pots, but I think my back wouldn't handle it now. But anyway, I saw Polly standing in line to have her fabric cut, and my eyes just glommed onto a couple landscapes she had. She said, "Do you want me to get you some?" I said, "Yes, please give me a half a yard of each." So look at this. I was getting low on tree bark fabric. Isn't that wonderful? You can use this for trees. You can use it for wooden fences. You can use it for barn siding or old house. And then look at this stone. It's wonderful. I told her, what makes this a good stone fabric? Okay? What I love about this is it's not too cartoonish. It's more kind of diffused. It's more realistic, but it's open to interpretation. It's not so definite. And so you could use this in more applications than if they had each little stone cleared, whatever. And I love the mossy look of it. I love the old look of it. This would be great, like if you were doing a picture of an old stone arch from Italy. This is really great. So she got me, and I paid her back. Don't worry. I paid her back. I was a very good girl. So then I went to the section of fabric by the pound. And I found this one, which is terrific for landscapes. Looks like it's a Schefflera plant, but you know what? When you cut it up in certain areas, it just becomes greenery for the background of landscape. But I love that. It almost reminded me of a Jenny Beyer, but it's not. It's a Northcott fabric. Another thing about Pineapple Fabrics, it is all high quality fabric. Some of the fabrics in the fabric by the pound, maybe not quite as high, but in their shop, everything is high quality. And so you know what you're going to get, and you're going to love it. And their pictures on their ads are very accurate so far as color and pattern. If I could add one thing to them, I would say put a little ruler along the bottom of the fabric, because I always want to know how big is that pattern. Is it going to work or not? That's the one thing they don't do. So maybe they'll start putting a ruler when they photograph the fabric, or maybe they get the fabric from the manufacturer, the photos from the manufacturer. I'm not sure, but they're the nicest people. So kind, thoughtful. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Then I saw some solids on the fabric by the pound. Understand the fabrics by the pound were $10.99, 20% off. So it was just over $9 by the time you get 20% off. So in 1 pound of fabric, you get roughly 3 yards. So then you're talking about less than $4 a yard, $3 and something a yard for fabric. So actually about $3.10 or something. So I got this beautiful purple. When I saw them, I thought, what solids do I need? A wonderful blue. And I love these because they don't have polyester in them. I had some purples, but they have polyester. And I don't like using polyester. Here are 2 different purples. One's a blue purple. One is a red purple. And if you think, well, this is blue, look at it compared to, isn't it funny? I'm looking at my live picture here. When you see me look down, I'm checking to see if y'all wrote a comment and also seeing how it looks on camera. But this is definitely purple. This is definitely blue, but on camera it looks too similar. And one more, because this is my favorite go-to color right now, a really good teal. And I love it because it has like a gray wash over it. Love, love, love that. So those I got fabric by the pound. All right. So now, let me get that out of the way. Now I got some really pretty things to show you, because I can kind of consider those as they're good stash items. But now, I can't wait to show you this. This is so pretty. Now I kind of wish I'd bought more. But I was trying to keep it down to about $100, So look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, it's so delicate. It's ethereal. I mean, it is just so peaceful and beautiful. And I thought, I wonder if I can use it in this block of the week we've got coming up. But that is absolutely beautiful. Since it's so special, to Robert Kaufman, Hyun-Ju Lee for Robert Kaufman, called Winter Visitors. And this is on the market now, Winter Visitors. So Robert Kaufman, and Kaufman with a K. And look at this. It's got a gorgeous little sheen. Let me see what the product line. See, it's a beautiful sky print. Look at this. And I always see, anytime I see a sky print, I think landscapes. But it's actually very beautiful. It almost has a crystallized look. It's amazing. So do I use this for the project or another one? This is the Cardinal's Visit, Deborah Edwards for Northcott. Now that is just exquisite. That's beautiful. Okay. Then I got this purposely for our new block of the week. Let me show you. Here it is. And I think this is going to be wonderful. In case if it's too bold and it takes away from the other things in the block, then I will use it from this side. Okay? So remember, when you have fabric, you can use whatever side works best for what you're making. And then, I love to make journals, and I'm getting real itchy to make some new journals, especially since I've gotten some new beads and new charms and things to decorate them with, a new fabric. Look at this. I sat here in front of y'all and I tried to do marbled fabric, but I couldn't get anywhere near as good as this. And here it's got more of an orangey red. Some areas of this is green, but I can use on the journals too. I'll probably use them on the inside cover, the front and back inside cover. I love that. All righty, here I go. Now, I would recommend, if you like some of the fabrics you're seeing and you like to save money like I do, that you sign up for the Pineapple newsletter and they'll send it in your mailbox. The only problem with getting on the newsletter is almost every day they have amazing deals where they'll have yardage for $5.99 or $6.49 or $6.99, and I mean gorgeous fabric. So I happen, drops down into my email box, and I always have to go look. I will tell you one thing. If you want to be successful at bargain shopping at Pineapple, you have to get up earlier than I do. I'm a night owl, and usually by the time I open up the fabric sale, they're out. They've sold out because it's so popular. But in this sweet little card they put inside, so very nice, beautifully packed. And I saw this the day before going, and I thought, oh, these are good sales. And I'm going there tomorrow, so I don't have to pay for shipping. I can buy more fabric. So are you ready? Okay. Look at this. Pomegranates. I mean, is that the most beautiful red you've ever seen? It's burgundy and bright red on a green and black and gold background. This makes my heart go pitty-pat, let me tell you. I love, love, love it. So I got a yard of this. It was $6.49 or something like that a yard. Then I got this kind of fabric, and you might wonder why. Some people are afraid of stripes. Next weekend, I'm going to show you how to make a mandala quilt with this fabric. Very, very easy. Okay? And then this, because every Christmas I need a good poinsettia fabric. And this is good poinsettia fabric. This one is Joyful Traditions by Hoffman, California International. Hoffman, not Kaufman, but Hoffman Fabrics. So, and going back to this stripe, this is Winter Forest from Wilmington Prints. So I love that stripe because it has black, green, and red, and it's got a punch to it, like that. Then I'm really getting into Edita Sitar. I don't know if I can handle one of her patterns because they are so complex and beautiful, and that's a lot for a Deb to concentrate on, trust me. But I found some charm packs of her fabrics on sale for $6.99, or $5.99, I forget which one. I put those in the box. That to me is gorgeous, gorgeous. And then because I'm a blue girl, I had to get this one too. And so look at some of these. Just beautiful, just beautiful. So, I love this toile. Oh, love that. So, I think I did pretty good. And I think mainly I just did good not spending a fortune because I could have. Oh my gosh, wait till you see Polly's boutiques. Hello, Pumpkin. I remember you. That's right. It's Clay from Brazil. I'm trying to remember somewhere in South America. I do remember that. So let me get all of this out of the way. See, that's how the piles get stacked up around here. And then it's like, oops. So, oh, good. We missed you too. Welcome back. It's so good seeing you. Michelle Lang is here. Yay. It's so good seeing you. So, we were worried because we think that maybe people were, had their clock turned wrong. In fact, when I was getting ready to come to bed about 1:30, the power went off. It came back on, thank goodness. But poor Mark had changed all the clocks last night, and then the power goes off, and so everything he had to reset them all again today. So I helped him with a couple because I felt bad for him. But I have been a busy, busy girl today. Let me show you. We've got the cutest Christmas thing coming up, okay? So, I think I'll whet your appetite a little by showing you the first block that Diana made. Is that cute or what? All right. So, Diana sent pictures in with the cutest snowmen on them. And I was giving you hints. I said, see her pictures? That's a hint about something. She drew her own snowmen or snow ladies. And so I said, oh my gosh, I was thinking about a block of the week because we loved our block of the week last year. And several people actually made the whole thing. Well, I wanted to get a new block of the week. And I happened to see a quilt that got me thinking. I don't know if I printed out. No, it's not this one, but close enough. This is one. I found this pattern from the Hoffman, California company. It was a challenge years ago, and I was able to retrieve it from WordPress. And so, in fact, let me give you that because I'll tell you in just a moment, I would like to use, I love this swag border. And if I can make the swag border easy for you, would you maybe consider that? I had to ask Diana's permission, since she's done all the designing of the globe, the stand, the snowmen, and I have been working on just figuring out the layout. So I got the easy part of the job. All right, let me look at this, give you this. If nothing else, then this, I hope I've got it. I might have closed it out. Oh, I know how to get to it. Okay, never mind. I was worrying myself. Okay, now, I just want to give you this free pattern because I like getting you free patterns, but I love her globes the best. And because some of the patterns for snow globes, instead of having a specific thing you put in a snow globe, you just cut out a piece of circle of fabric. And I think what she's got really better. And these snow people have such personality. So there is the shortcut to get to the WordPress that has a copy of the out of print free pattern. And well, you're not getting in any trouble, don't worry. But when I saw that border, now I'm not going to do another. I don't think I'm going to do a color there, but I just love scallop border. And since it's put on a straight border, you don't have to worry about binding curves. No. So I think, okay, are you ready? Now, I made a slight change, and I hope it's okay, Miss Diana. I was noticing that when I was doing research for snow globes, they all had the snow globe base come up to kind of hug the little ball. We don't have to do this, but I drew this extra little thing to try to hope that it would look like that the snow globe is really a part of it. We don't have to do it that way. So when you get your patterns, today I'm going to let you peek at the snowmen, but you will only get each snowman pattern one at a time, one per week. And if you don't belong to our group and you want your own free pattern, then Miss Diana has been so generous that you can, our time to quilt, at twc.com. If you send me an email, I will send you, and I have the instructions for the first week. Here are the instructions. If you belong to our group, I'll put these on the group site, and I'll post them with a pen so they stay there and you can see what's going on. But here are the instructions that I wrote up for the week number 1. Now, you might look at that and say, I can't do all of that in week 1. That's okay. This is your quilt. It's your pace. Here, I did print out a picture of that scalloped edge because I just think that would set the circles of the scallop are reminiscent of the globe. Now, got the instructions, and if you write me or belong to our group, you'll have each one of these. And yeah, just need a supply list. That's great. So now, and I'm assuming that you can shop your stash. I didn't really put yardages because it's going to be a sweet wall hanging. And I think, Diana, did we decide it was going to be those 6 snowmen? And I'm thinking of running them this way so that you can, instead of running down. We all have ones that hang down. But you know what? You can hang it. You can position it either 2 deep, 3 across, or 3 deep, 2 across. I'll let you make that decision. But 6 is a manageable number, I think. Okay, so here is the pattern for the globe. So what I was thinking is our blocks will be 12 1/2 inches. That's what our backgrounds are going to be, 12 1/2 inches, okay? So here they are. When you get this pattern, I would print out an extra one, cut these 2 things apart. And you know what I would do? I would just add 1/4 inch to the bottom of this globe. One thing I noticed is if you just put this part over the finish of the round circle, it telescopes through. You don't really want that. So cut this apart, and that way only gum down about 1/4 inch so that you can put this on the top of it, but you don't have the full circle that'll telescope through. Then, so I'm trying to decide. I pulled out some blue, thinking I wanted blue like Diana did it behind the globe. And I found this and went, oh my gosh, this would be beautiful behind. And I don't even remember when I got it, but I'm glad I did. Now, then when I went to Pineapple Fabrics, I was looking for something, and this is what I chose, thinking I would use it. Now, the only problem is I like it, but is it going to keep the snowman from showing up? Now, I pulled out some flannel I had left over from making a design wall, and I'm thinking that flannel would be really cute to cut the snowman out of. But I think And you know what I even thought I could do? I love the small scale snowflakes. What I could do is take a little wash of fabric paint, a transparent wash, and just do a slight bluish tint to it. I don't know. But another thing too is with some of these, you may want a little look of snow on the base. So, and you know what? Or do I want the globes to be out of this? This is just so beautiful. I'm perplexed. Because you know what? I could do that and then hot glue little snowflakes like inside the, what looks like it's inside the globe. But what you're going to do, you're going to decide on your background color, cut a 12.5-inch square. Now what I'm suggesting, you're going to do the rest with just raw edge, so no showing. I love it. I love it. Okay. So you're going to pick out your 12.5-inch background square. Then pick out the fabric for the actual globe part. And what I love is she put, look at this little thing, this little half moon to make it really look like glass. And somewhere I saw, and here's a different kind. Now I thought this was cool too, because it has like a colored background and then the white snow. But I don't want that white snow. If I put any extra white snow in the base, and I think on one of these it really needs it, then I think what I'm thinking of doing is either taking a permanent extra fine tip marker and outlining the snowman, or taking and doing a very fine satin stitch and outline the snowman. So what do you think? And okay, let me make sure nobody, if you ask me any questions, make sure you put them in all caps so I can easily say, somebody needs my attention. But I think that's precious. And I think getting a very crisp white and putting like one here and one here, that little, like on an apple or ball or an eye, put that little highlight, a little, and you can decide what size, but just go the angle of the globe really gives it that pop. So I'm going to decide, her background on this is amazing. Let me see if it'll show it. It's got snowflakes, but it's got swirls of white and pale blue. I love that. Now, so you're going to cut out 6 circles of whatever your snow globe fabric is going to be. Then you're going to cut out 6 stands. Now, Deb, you can just get gold lame or silver or gold and silver regular fabric and cut out your stand. Or you could go way over the top, like I love to do, and cut the stand out of this Jenny Beyer stripe. So, because I noticed on some of the different ones, they had like a pattern on the wood as if it had been embossed or painted. So I'm thinking, I haven't decided which of the ones I'm going to use, but wouldn't that be so cool to have the base out of? And that's why I thought this one, because it's got a lot of gold, but it does have a little bit of the blue. And maybe I'll go try to find something that's in the brown shades. I don't know. It's just going to take cutting it out and placing it and seeing. What I suggest you do is when you pick out your background fabric, which for me, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one. When you pick out your background fabric, take some fusible interfacing and iron it on the back of your background. And the reason I suggest you do that is because when you put your globe on there, I want you to take white thread and do a nice satin stitch all the way around the edge. On the snow globes that I've seen, doing that bright white satin stitch around the globe, right on that edge, really makes it pop. Okay? Then what I'd like for you to do, because I'm going to do raw edge. In fact, when I cut out my globe and my base, I'm also going to cut out my favorite fusible to put on the back of the fabric so I can fuse them down first and then do the satin stitch. Although I do remember how hard it was to do satin stitch through the fusible. So I've got to remember somewhere I bought those non-stick needles and I need to find them. Just if you want to fuse them down like I love doing, just be careful. In fact, you know what? I just thought of it. This is perfect. What you can do is just cut your fusible to stop just shy of the edge. And that way you're not sewing over glue. The main part of it is fuse down but stop just short. It's like a reverse seam allowance for your fusible. Okay? Same thing for the bottom. So this week, I would love, it's up to you what you have time for. Please, I never push. And I would love for you to take and pick out your background fabric for the block and cut 6 squares, 12.5-inch square. Then I would love for you to cut 6 circles of the globe fabric and 6 bases. Okay? And if you can get those satin stitched, the bases, and the globe onto the background. And that's why it really helps to have a fusible interfacing on the background to give it some stiffness that you can work with it. If you can have those done, then next week I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing. And please give a round of applause to Diana Bicknell. I had her put her name and the year on these because these are her fantastic work. And I love it. And wait till you see some of them. You are going to smile. So the first weeks, I'm going to show you pretty good. The second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth, I'm going to just give you a quick glimpse, okay? And I need to ask her, maybe I'll ask her right now, what is the snowman holding right there? I'm not sure. I tried looking. I said, is it a rotary cutter? Is it a candle? What is that snowman holding? So Diana, if you can give me that. Raw edges, great. No showing through. Perfect. Okay. So this one's number 4. And, I have 2. Wait till you see. I mean, she's done all the work for you. So I'm going to show these to you because I think when you see how cute they are, you will realize, oh my gosh, this is just too special. I have got to do this. So let's start here. Trying to find number 2. There's number 2. Okay. So I'm getting them in order, people. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I've got them. Oh, and number 6. Oh, gosh, it's so cute. Okay, here we go. For the first snowman. Why do I have 3 papers? Hold on. Okay, because that's number 2. All right. And let me find, I think this is it. No, I will figure it all out. All right, block number 1. Here is block number 1. Is that so cute? It is a rotary cutter. Okay, super. Is this the cutest? Now you're thinking, Well, how do I do that snowman? Well, look what Miss Diana did for us. She gives you the life-size pieces for everything that goes on the snowman. How cute is that? Look at this, even the eyes, everything. Is that cute? Now, if you decided you wanted to do googly eyes with them, I'm sure she wouldn't mind. But she gives you some information on here. The eyes are better if you draw them in with black marker. Buttons. Buttons can work good. So, in fact, I have a little pack of tiny little buttons here. So, but I'll probably use slightly oversized buttons for all this. So pull out your little button collection. But is this cute? So this is what I'm going to give you next week. Okay? This is what you get next week. So once you get all your globe blocks, and I wouldn't, I'm not even going to, well, I do give you the dimensions to cut the sashing and the cornerstones, but don't assemble it yet. Well, you could if you wanted, but I think it's easier to work with a 12-inch square to place all of this stuff instead of trying to move around an already assembled base. So I'm going to put the stuff on the blocks one at a time. When all the blocks are done, then I will sash them, put the cornerstones, and worry about a border. So here is our first week's snowman. And look at this. I mean, has she made this easy for you or what? Now, I'm going to give you another hint. If you do fusible, it's usually good to sew around the edge. But if you don't want to have to worry about what the edges of the fabric of raw applique are going to do, you can use felt or flannel. And I brought my bucket over because I'm going to need scarves for this snowman. Look at this fabric. Isn't this wonderful? Some of this is wool. Some of it is flannel. And I've got stuff to make. I've got enough stuff in here for just about everything. And then you can, if you know how to make polymer clay, you could make polymer clay little holly leaves and berries, or cut them out of felt. Or if you see it printed on some fabric, cut it out, put little fray check around the edge and glue it on. So whatever you want to do, instead of sewing some of these things on, I'm going to glue them on. Maybe with tacky glue, maybe with a hot glue gun. So what do you think? So this is what you get next week. Every week I will give you a pattern. Okay, and what you get this week is you get this and the instructions. Okay, so this is what you get this week. The next week you get the 2 pages of the snowman. Then week number 2, I am trying to, somewhere I've just mislaid the little parts with this, but look at number 2. Is that the cutest? Isn't that the cutest? And this is where you could take and use a wooden star button if you had one. You can decorate, feel free to decorate the tree. Put little sequins on it. Whatever you can take and do hand embroidery to put some of the features on. I have some little wooden carrot buttons. I may put those on. I may make a polymer clay nose and some of these features and then hot glue them on. But isn't that precious? Look at that. So that's week number 2. Then I'm not going to take a lot of time with these because I want you to concentrate on keep your eye on the prize. Here is week number 3. And look what she did. Isn't that great? It's going to be like paper dolls, except with fabric. Isn't that precious? And feel free if you need to put any little snow line, like right in here. She even has a pattern for the snow line, I do believe. Maybe that was on a second sheet. So, but look at this cute guy with the rotary cutter. I love that. I love it. Now, for all of us dog lovers here, and let's say you're a cat lover, turn this into a cat. Look at this. Isn't that cute? I told her it looks just like our Willow. Isn't that precious? And of course, she gave you all of the pieces to put on it. Talented lady. I am so thankful to her because this is cuter and more fun than I ever thought, and I couldn't have handled all this, so thank you. She's so talented. She just draws this stuff up. How do you just draw this stuff up? And this is the final week. And look what it's holding. It's holding a sewing machine. And once again, here is the pattern sheet. Isn't that wonderful? So, I think you would agree that this is pretty amazing. And I know that I can't wait to make this. I cannot wait. And I hope that you will also get busy and with us. And if you can just do one of these a week, then you'll have something ready in time for Christmas. Now, if you get behind and you don't have time to do 1 week, that's okay. But it's just, I find that if I have a schedule to keep, that I actually get it done. So I am just thrilled with these. Thank you, Diana, from the bottom of my heart. And pardon me. I think this is a keeper. This is a keeper. So if some of you, last year, Kim Hicks did our mystery with a group of friends. If you want to bring some friends into the process and do your weekly thing with some buddies, do it. So after you get your quilt fabric, your background fabric, and the fabric for the base, and after you've gotten these prepared, then what I would do is start looking for fabric that you think you might need for all the little parts of these cutie pie snowmen. But won't this be a wonderful thing to decorate for Christmas? I love it. So we're starting. I told you we would start in November, and I'm trying to give plenty of time so everyone will feel successful for Christmas. And like I said before, please don't worry if you don't have time for this. Just keep your pattern pieces for when you do. So just something that we can have fun with. And Diana, I don't know if you've designed quilts before, but you are a quilt designer now, officially. So that is wonderful. Okay, so, and I'm really liking the idea. Oh, now I'm going to get in trouble. I was thinking, should I put stuffing behind the snowmen to give them a little plumpness? The only thing is, would that get in the way of trying to have a 3D look for the globe? So I got to think on that one. But I'm just going to take all these fabrics and lay them out and decide what I'm using for what. And then when you do, I gave the measurements for your sashing. And let me see. I didn't put the yardage needed because I figured I didn't know exactly how you're going to put yours together and if you're going to mix and match things. But if you go get, no, that one's bigger. Never mind. But I have in here, find fabric for your sashing, cut 17 pieces of 2.5 by 12.5 inch rectangles. And then pick something that contrasts with your sashing fabric for 12 2.5 inch squares. And those are going to be your cornerstones. And and then once I'm going to have templates for you to use for, do you like the idea of a scalloped kind of edging on the border? And remember, it looks scalloped. You can do it raw edge or tuck it under, but it's going to be on a straight fabric border. So it's the look of scallop without the pain in the neck binding of scallop. But I thought this was so cute. So I've already got it in my EQ8, and I just need to make sure I've got all the numbers right. And then you'll have templates so you can cut it out, and each scallop will be a block. So you'll have this to this. That way you can lay it on. You can do a zigzag or satin stitch. These are going to be cornerstones. So I think it'll be pretty. And thank you. Oh, I forgot the name of that. Oh, I know. It was Denise. Denise. You know her name. She's done so much designing. Her last name starts with an R. Denise. And thank you for her wonderful design that she did. Aw. I just love this. I think we're going to have lots of fun. Denise Russert, Denise something like that. And, oh, what a talented lady. What would we do without all these designers who give of their time and talent so that we can just worry about getting the fabric and having the fun? Isn't that nice? Because it takes a lot of work. But I'm thinking that this flannel Santa is going to be wonderful. And you know what? If one of y'all wanted to take clear vinyl for the globe, go for it. Because you could honestly take and put whatever cotton fabric, build the snowman, then lay vinyl over it and satin stitch it. So I'm just saying. But you know what? I might cut out some scraps of batting to put behind the little stand so that has a little shape to it. Now, let's say you don't have a Jenny Beyer fancy border print. You know what I was thinking? First, I thought, well, what if I use some of my machine's decorative stitches and a contrasting thread and did some decorative stitches like little snowflakes across the stand? So this is where, oh, are you playing? Are you having fun? Yes, they're all excited. It's so funny. They love being down here with me. They feed off of my excitement. And that was cute. I heard them. I heard the noise. That's cute. So anyway, I think, and it is now 4:24 Eastern Standard Time. So if you are Central, it's 3:24. If you're Mountain, it's 2:24. If you're West Coast time, it is 1:24. So make sure your clocks are set right. I tell you what, I know I always tell Mark, he said, what day do the clocks go back? Always a Saturday, so you're only late to church. So you can't be late to work. So, all right, I think it is time for your show and tell. Okay? And my QSO, making sure I've covered y'all on everything. Now let me turn out the light and show you what you've been doing. We've got some great new pictures. Debbie's pictures from the Houston International Quilt Show which I've never been to. I hope to one day go. Only big quilt show I've been to, Mid-Atlantic. That's sad. But one day I'm gonna go to Paducah. I'm gonna make up for lost time one day. All right, let's move this around. I want to thank my IT man, Mr. Mark, because he had to fix my camera yet again. And you know me, I don't want to buy a new camera just because it doesn't hold on the stand. So here, let's go see the things you sent me. Okay, let me see. Did I have anything on this? Oh, yeah. This is that quilt with the scalloped edge. And I love that. And see what I was telling you about this? I'm not real fond of just a print there. I want it to, now this looks like a beautiful globe. That one does, but a lot of them don't. But I love the scalloped edge. Okay, so now let me close that out. Oops. Oh, it says I'm recording and I didn't mean to. Okay, let me make sure you're still there because, okay. All right, hopefully y'all are still there. When I turned the camera, I was recording and I didn't mean to do that. All righty. Oh, while I'm talking about it, this is only partial picture, but if any of you like Angela Walters, she's getting ready to do a new quilt challenge. This time it's a mandala, and she has designed and had printed these mandalas. Now it would be a full circle, but the picture didn't show the full circle. But she's even got a glide thread collection to use with it. And you can actually purchase these. And I think she said for a short period of time, if you purchase the large one, you get the small one for half price or something. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know, sign up at Ashley Walters. Quilting is my therapy, and here is her newest. And I love the fact that it's pre-printed. I don't have to put all this together. She's going to teach us how to do the quilting. She'll teach you on a domestic and she'll teach you on a long arm. And it's free unless she says she's making money on selling the supplies if you want. You don't have to, but she has these. So she's so wonderful. What fun is that? All right. So now I'll close this one out and let's go up here to the beginning. And did I have anything else? Okay, this is absolutely beautiful. And what I like is you don't have to have too big of a difference between the globe and the background. Oh, I just got an idea. Diana, this has those little jewels or beading on this. If I can find at some point, I've got some, what are they called? What? Oh, it's a little shiny plastic discs that can be on fabric. I would love to put some of those on the background. I love that. Love it. But I just wanted to give you an idea, show you. Now, I was thinking, okay, here's a cute winter quilt. Did we want to do any of these fancy sashings? But I really don't think that would be a good thing because if we start taking too much time, we're not going to have enough time to get this done for Christmas. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I love it. I love that sign, Let It Snow. Don't you wish we all were talented enough to write it like that? But we'll see if we can. We'll see if we can. And here is these are 4 separate blocks. And I just wanted to give you an idea of how awesome a snow globe quilt. I love her. She makes it so easy for us. I love that globe pattern. And this, how cute. Look at this. But this year we're doing snowmen. And if you want to add to it, oh, here is what made me think of if you wanted to do decorative stitches or decorate the base. So just remember that, this is your quilt. And if you want to add some pizzazz to it, you go for it. Let's see. I think that's that's all I've got here. All right, so I'll go back. And Bonnie's kept busy. We saw her when she was dressed for her reenactment. She does historical reenactment, and I think that's wonderful. Then here she took some given blocks, some orphan blocks, and turned them into her own quilt. Way to go, Miss Bonnie. I love it. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. And let me see. Then here is what she put on the back of it. Love it. Okay. And then, oh, look what Miss Bonnie made. She decided she wanted a table setting for Thanksgiving. Isn't that lovely? So she bought the fabric, made her own tablecloth, and made her own cloth napkins. I know Dan's going to really appreciate that. And then here is a cute photo that she sent in of her mother in Halloween's Gone Past, who loved to be the Wicked Witch. So that is sweet. Thank you, Bonnie, for all those wonderful pictures. And Miss Carol, let me see. Oh, yes, I'll show you. Oh, let me show you one of her mice. They are wonderful. Gosh, she's so talented. And here is another one of her mice. And I love her drawings here. Love, love, love it. Okay, let's see. Was there some? I know there was more. Oh, this one's so good. Come on. Tim Burton style. Love it. She is a very good painter and drawer. She's so talented at so many things. That is wonderful. I love all of her bird collection. And if you like to draw, then keep yourself a journal that you can every day sit down and do a little drawing and keep yourself in good drawing shape. Keep that muscle memory going. Here are her soul vessels. She takes little bits and scraps people send her from around the world and then turns them into very thoughtful soul vessels. I love that. People can get comfort from so many places. And here is Miss Charlene, who unfortunately had a terrible hurricane most recently that went through. And look at this. She lost all of her belongings. Luckily, she had packed up some of her quilt things ahead of time. But doesn't that just break your heart? So they've had to come in and take everything out that got wet. Look at that. So I'm really sorry. That's Charlene Lawson's house. We hope that she very soon gets back to somewhat of a normal life. We hope it's as normal as it can be. This is Charlene Piper's wonderful bears, and they're mohair. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at that. That is so talented. Beautiful work, Charlene Hahn. That is just beautiful. Look at that. Love those bears. Anybody who is looking for a wonderful gift for Christmas. Get in touch with Charlene. Let's see if she's got some made. Danielle, we have Danielle's picture with her son's dog, who's a deer heart. And look at her wonderful, wonderful fall decor she made. I love that. And it's nice. If you don't put a Halloween face on it, you can use this from September all the way until you put Christmas decorations up. I love that. Thank you, Miss Danielle. I haven't written to you lately, but I think about you. Okay, with me, I just have a few things and today. Okay, so I'm very, very excited about Angela Walters. She's going to start this in December. So you might, if you want to participate, check her website and see what kind of supplies she has and if you wish to participate. Okay, and I just want to show you again these beautiful pictures Mark took of a maple up in our woods and then a Japanese maple in our front flower bed. You wouldn't believe it now, so many leaves fell this week that almost all of this is now gone. So take the pictures while you can. Here is my grandson's band last night, setting up on the field, and I'm trying to see which one is my grandson. He's in there somewhere. So, and then Mark, me, and my daughter Becky, who I'm so tickled, is better from the flu. Okay. And here's a Pineapple Fabrics photo. And it's this big warehouse, and they have done a beautiful job of turning it into a retail shop as well. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to see if I can show you a couple of these. Let's see. This is, I haven't edited them. And here, that was Miss Polly. And let me see, there she is. That's Miss Polly, or Miss Polly. Whoops, I didn't mean to stop it. And this is the tables outside where they have the fabric by the pound. And I just love it. Okay, so I took a little bit of that. I didn't take as much as I thought I was going to, and you can definitely tell I was a little overwhelmed. There was a lot of amazing fabrics in the shop. Okay, let's see. Here's another. This is the cutting tables, and the line was so long. But everyone was just as lovely as they could be. They tried to make it easy for us. As you can tell, it's not been edited. Okay. And let's see. Now this is the long line to pay in. Oop, okay. As I told you, I didn't do my normal long filming. I was a little overwhelmed, but I knew you'd like to see how it's set up, what it looks like. When I look back at it now, it was a lot of fun. Okay, just overwhelming at first. Okay, so I'll see if I can get that edited. and into something a little less shaky. All right, now, who is next? Debbie Hodges, yay. Okay, so she did the wonderful Halloween quilt pillows. Wonderful. And I love this petite quilt. And there's her dog. And oh gosh, I forgot his name again. Something like Roger or, oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. You can tell everybody who he is, just as cute as he can be. Okay, and then we'll go to her Houston quilt photos. This one got Best in Show, or won everything. Got the Thread Artistry Award from Superior Threads. It got all kinds of ribbons. Isn't that wonderful? And what it is, dear humans, the animals are sending a message. So we need to listen to them. Their little lives depend on it. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, some of the stitching, oh, it is just amazing. So congratulations to Sue Sherman of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. What beautiful work. And how wonderful that the show acknowledged that. Look at this. Isn't that? I mean, talk about landscape quilts. Wow. And thread painting, thread sketching makes all the difference in the world. Oh, look at this. Isn't that something? Oh, and it's got like the quilted outlines of people, like maybe she's thinking of all the people from her past. Amazing. Beautiful. Look at this one. That is magnificent. Isn't that amazing? I mean, oh, that is just magnificent. People are doing some incredible things in quilting nowadays. This was also beautiful. I'm just looking at all the thread sketching and the movement they've gotten in this. Just beautiful. And I love the stand-in for feathers on this bird over here. Oh, and then I don't know if you can see, but I can just see part of this pepper over here. And it's amazing. I tell you what, people's creativity has really leaps and bounds above. I think that pandemic has really brought out people's talent and their commitment to their art. That is extraordinary. Thank you so much, Debbie, for letting us see this, because we can't all go to Houston. Oh, this one got a first place ribbon. Look at that. That's a wonderful Art Deco look with those beautiful, beautiful fabrics. Oh, look at this, painted. She even included some painted quilts. We all know I love painting quilts. Whoops, let me bring it back just a little. There, I don't want to. I want to show the whole picture. That is gorgeous. Oh, look at this one. Another painted beauty. Beautiful. Oh, wow. I am able to see this really up close. Oh, you guys, if you could see her embroidery, her thread painting, oh my gosh, it's amazing. This was a labor of love, and it is exquisite. Look at all of this. Wow. This is really amazing. Beautiful work. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, look at this Baltimore album. Since I lived in Maryland for 21 years, a Baltimore album is close to my heart. Pretty phenomenal. Mm. Oh, I love this. Lots of batiks. That's gorgeous. Mm-mm-mm. Another. This looks like, well, I'm not sure. This might have been painted. I'm not sure. Lovely. I do love painting fabric. I think it's a lot of fun. I think I've got them all. I hope I didn't miss anything, but that was pretty spectacular. Thank you for giving us a peek at it. Here is now, when I showed you Diana's folder before, now you can see why I was giving you hints as to why these pictures were going to be so special to you. These are precious. And when I found out that she does her own drawings, that's amazing. I love it. And I love the way that she has quilted it to bring out the movement, the roundness, the fullness. I think this is one of her Project Linus quilts. I love this tiger. Aw, that is so cute. Another Project Linus, I think, or maybe it was for the K facet fabric. And then here is her initial drawing of Let It Snow. Just love it. Diana, you are so talented. Thank you so much for finding us. Oh, we're so lucky. Okay, Dolores, I just got a last little glimpse to remind you that she raises monarch butterflies to release. And here's a commission of hers, a wonderful, wonderful boxer, and a doll she made for her daughter back when her daughter went to college. Isn't that sweet? All right. Thank you, Miss Dolores. And I have a feeling Dolores she is an artist who goes to sales, craft shows, and sells her beautiful work. Look at this. Now, there's another picture that Miss Jody sent, but somehow I messed it up, and I'm hoping to um, get a copy of that from her soon. But isn't this wonderful? This is the Quilt Show block of the month, I think, from this past year, I think. And she's been doing 2 blocks of the month at the same time. She said, never again. But she has done an outstanding job on that quilt. Beautiful. So let me, when I'm all done with the show and tell, I'll just check to see if she sent me a picture of her Christmas block of the month. Okay, let's see. Miss Mary. Oh, she sent this. It was so cute. I didn't see it in time for last week's show. But is this the cutest thing? She's used cheesecloth for the pumpkins, and they're carrying their own little candy pumpkin to put the candy in. And look at this. Isn't that wonderful? I love the fabric she chose, beading for the eyes. Oh, that is just so cute. I love Miss Mary's spirit. Beautiful spirit. Okay, now, Melanie, we've got some hot new puppy pictures. Miss Melanie is so in love with her puppy that she hasn't been doing quilts to send us. So, but you know what? I tell you what, getting these puppy pictures is the best thing in the world. I love this puppy. We get all the joy with none of the care. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Those sweet little eyes. She's a doll baby. She's going to be their best friend for a long time. Look at this one. Cute. She's a little dachshund. And look at those cute short little legs. I love those big ears. Aw, what a sweet baby. Look at this, all covered up. Spoiled much? Isn't she precious? So keep sending those pictures, Miss Melanie. We love your little girl, Willow. She is adorable. As soon as I saw Diane's design, I went, oh my gosh, that's Willow. So how cute. Okay, let me go back to this. Let me see. Nancy Lynn. Ah, this is our Euphoria. And look at some of her work. Just amazing. Look at this. And that looks like it's kind of like a watercolor, a translucent paint. I love it. Come on. Ah, wonderful. This is a commission work or gift that she made for Charlie. Oh, I love this. Let me get this bigger. I just love the 3D effect with the flowers and there's a dragonfly and oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. With a snowy egret. That's amazing. And I have a feeling this is her and her husband out at a fall festival at a farm, an apple farm. I love that. And I love these flamingos. Look at the individual feathers. Just beautiful. And I love the two heads coming together form that heart. I love the way she used pieces of lace and fabric, or maybe it wasn't lace. Maybe it's like a cheesecloth type of fabric to show the little frothy waves. I love all of the little pebbles she quilted to show the edge of the water. Amazing. Okay. And look at this. That is beautiful. And there she is. That's Nancy Lynn or So Euphoria. I love this. Look at that. Just some hand stitching little pieces and bits from past projects, and she's now got a gift. Here she is with her quilt that won first place. Is that amazing? I'm so happy for her. And here she is with her modern quilt group. And look at all of their talent. That is just wonderful. Looks like she's got a wonderful angel here she's holding. So I hope you have enjoyed Nancy. She's one of our new members, and we're so happy to have her with us. Okay, Miss Nazi, one more chance to see her wonderful fall mystery quilt. And now, Miss Polly. Okay, here we go. So you know she's been very busy working with her machine applique. Lovely work. And she's only been quilting for a couple of years, so I think she's got a lot of talent. Look at this. Look at that. Color My World quilt. The Quilt Show quilt. And here are some batiks that she got from Pineapple Fabrics. Love them. And then here are her sections for landscaping, landscape quilting. And a wonderful panel. Here is a piece of work that she's doing from a class with, oh gosh, I knew her name the other day and now it's kind of zipped out of my mind. But we'll have to get that name and tell you. But this teacher teaches classes at Mancuso, and does them remote too. And look at this. This is a panel. What she does is she sells panels to the students and then teaches them how to do the thread painting, to get the movement and to bring it out. And Miss Polly said, well, I started doing the quilting on it and our thread painting and I don't like it. Remember what I told you, that your quilts will go through a phase when you have not, like if they're a teenage quilt, they go through a phase where it just doesn't seem to look right, but keep going. I promised her that it will get better. And right now she's done a lot of the dark colors. And she says, well, it looks dark. And I see that she's used some Angelina fibers. One thing I would recommend, always use some white thread under Angelina fibers that are supposed to give light and sparkle. So get in there and do some white thread painting, then put the Angelina on top, because Angelina is a little translucent and it can too often take on the colors of what it's put on. So, but I think if she goes ahead and brings out more of the light colors of her thread choices, and when you do thread work, if you're going to do a lily pad, then I would get a dark green, a medium green, and a light green. Now this teacher teaches to use your lights first and then your dark, but I am from the school of start with your darks, then go medium, and then go light. But whatever way works for you, do it. She's a wonderful teacher. I've taken a class from her in the past, and it's a great way. This is practice, practice, practice. But I don't see anything wrong with what Polly is doing. And I think if she just keeps at it, she's going to get to a good place where she'll start liking it again. Okay? So the one thing I would say, though, is if you just, that Angelina alone can't do the brightening that you're looking for. So, and she doesn't want to take all these stitches out. So I would say go over them again, get some light stitching on top of this Angelina, then put another layer of Angelina on top. See if then you can get some of that sparkle. But it's a tricky thing learning a new skill like that. And just don't give up on it. Just keep going. These are some pictures that I found from Miss, let me see, hold on one second. These were from Cheryl's folder. And I thought these were so cute for last week. And for Thanksgiving coming up. I love football, turkey, nap. So cute. This is Halloween table decoration. Look at this boo. I love that. Zombies eat brains, so you're safe. Look at this. And my daughter got the cutest shirt recently. And it says, if I'm too much, go look for less. And I thought that was absolutely beautiful. That's it. If I'm too much for you, there are others out there. Go look. So here is Miss SJ from England and her beautiful crochet work. I mean, such talent. And here is her sunflower Afghan. Look at that. That is just amazing. Just amazing. She's so talented. Look at these crocheted pumpkins. I mean, how incredible. Okay, and here they are surrounded by candles. That's wonderful. And aren't we happy now that they have battery-powered tea light candles? And here is a beautiful restaurant. I've forgotten the name of it, but boy, is this a feast for the eyes. Any person who loves color and art would just love spending time in this. Here is her beautiful, beautiful little Shih Tzu. It's a little boy. So cute. So cute. Okay, we do love our dogs here at Our Time to Quilt. Sonia has some wonderful bench pillows, and I love them because they are all different seasons. Look at this beautiful. It's a beautiful Thanksgiving one. Beautiful. See the next one. Oh, Halloween. How cute. Miss Sonia is a very talented piecer. I mean, she's just has an eye for detail. I love her work. That is a wonderful spring one. Home Sweet Home with bunches of birdhouses, beeskeep. I never know exactly how to pronounce that. And this is a a member who commented on my Juki unveiling. And look what she has, the top of the line Juki. Oh, that's wonderful. I know she's going to absolutely love that. She sews for a living, so she puts a lot of time in front of that machine. But her decorations around her room, it's such a happy space. I love it. So thank you for sending that, Tanya Showbiz. So biz. That's so cute. All right. That is our show and tell for today. And I think we covered just about everything. So I'm trying to stay on target because what do you want? You want to come see me? Okay, come here. Come here. No, you just wanted to bother me. She's like, Mom, I think it's time for you to stop doing that show and give me some attention. So now she's going to play with her sister. So let me close this out. Any questions that you have? That was a painted. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Oh, Jody's here. Oh, yay. In fact, let me check really quickly and see if... Okay. So now I've got to sit and try to think. Oh, sure, Barbara. We'll give that to you. Oh, here it is. Did she? Got to show you one more thing. Okay, I'll bring the computer to you. This is Jody's Christmas block of the month that she was working on. Isn't that wonderful? Jody, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How about that? You know she's feeling better when she's sewing. And oh, aren't we happy? Aren't we happy? That is a lovely Christmas. That's a lot of work, girlfriend. That's a lot of work. But thank you. Christmas in Europe. Quilt top. I love it. Oh, Nadine would love that too. So, and I've already got the first request for our pattern that Miss Diana has created for us. So I'm so excited. All right, everybody. Let me come back to, here we go. Let me come back. Any questions that you might have? What is Angelina? Angelina is a polyester type fiber that easily melts to itself, nothing else, melts to itself in between layers of like a silicone sheet or an iron-proof sheet. And it's very glossy and it comes in most beautiful colors, holographic kind of, and it adds that sparkle. It's wonderful to use for like a waterfall or anytime you want to get a glistening look on water. But it's tricky. You've got to learn how to use it. And you buy little packs because a little bit goes a long way. In fact, remember that when I did my wood fairy wings, they're out of Angelina. And so it's kind of wispy thin, but it will give that transparent look and that little glimmer shine. So that's what Angelina fabric is. And you can buy them for like $6 for a little pack. There's so many colors. Just remember that the dark colors are very dark, and they should only be used on a dark background, I think. Personally, I think. Otherwise, they tend to just look dirty. But yes, there were a lot of painted quilts. I think it's a lot of fun to paint on fabric. So, any other questions? But thank you, Miss Debbie, for sending us the pictures. No more cancer? Oh, good. Oh, whew, it has been, I think it's been a tough year. It's been a tough year for Miss Jody, but a good year. Oh, Miss Jody. We can all celebrate now. What a great Thanksgiving it's going to be. What a great Thanksgiving. So, wow. Well, thank you for that news. That was the best news of all. I haven't wanted to, I've been like wondering how the chat test results came out, but I didn't want to be bugging you, but oh, yay. That's fantastic. All right, everybody. Well, I'm hoping that next week I can figure out, my daughter will be here, figure out how, if we can do a remote camera while we're doing the indigo dyeing. We'll figure it out. We'll see what we can do, or whether we'll just have it here maybe right after the indigo dyeing and show you all the fun things that we created. But thank you for joining me. I hope you're very excited about our block of the week. I will go tonight, soon as I get off of here and go sit and relax. I'm going to upload on our site all of those patterns and the instructions for you for this week. And for anyone else, just remember, send me an email. If you haven't joined our group yet, but you'd like to have the pattern, please send me an email at OurTimeToQuilt@twc.com. And I will shoot you out a free pattern by email. And they didn't have their doll display. That would have been fun to see. But I also want to thank Diana Bicknell, because she made the most exciting Christmas block of the week yet. I'm thrilled. So I hope you will enjoy. Oh, I know. It's like, I'm with you there, Michelle. It's like, I can't lose it on the show, but this has been a long few months and hard to care so much from a distance and not feel like you can help. But we are very, very happy. I'm thrilled. And now you got to go buy some fabric, girlfriend. What's the answer to every celebration? Buy fabric. All right, everybody. Y'all take very good care. Do something special for yourself this week. Oh, I've got a little secret to tell you. Looks like my granddaughter is going to be spending Thanksgiving with us. And since she's a senior in high school, this will probably be the last time she'll be staying with Nana and Grandpa. So I'm so excited. And maybe we can do a live stream with her. And she and I are going to work on her wonderful gown. So we'll be showing you plenty of that. All right. Mwah. Y'all are the best. And let's all party hardy for Miss Jody. That's the best news we could hear. Bye, everybody. Take good care. I'll see you next week. Oh, and Thursday night. I guess I've got to figure out something to do for Thursday night. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Do something special. Take good care.